Hi you guys, this is Rachel Kirkland, the Modern Shaman. Thanks for being with me for another YouTube Q&A video of the week. If you're new to the channel, I always invite you to check out my website, which is themodernshaman.net. There are a lot of wonderful resources there for those of you guys that are familiar with this type of work or are interested in personal sessions, mentorship, or my teaching program. All of that's online, so check it out. All right, let's get to the question of the week. This one says, "Hi Rachel, thank you so much for your channel. I can tell by the questions people sent in recently that there's a lot of fear of darkness. I'm seeing this a lot since we've been going through this time of COVID. I want to flip the switch and ask about beauty. I'd like to bring a little more light to those around me and beauty in the experiences of all those that interact with me. What is beauty, I wonder, from the modern shaman's perspective? And what is your experience of beauty when you interact with the non-physical realm?" Very cool question. Yeah. Awesome. I never know what I'm going to get. Awesome. Okay, let me center into that. So what is beauty from the modern shaman perspective, and what is my experience of it in the non-physical realm? Let me see where I want to go with that. Well, okay. So to me, beauty is the expression of God. It's the expression of source. And whatever you call source or your creator, even if you look at it from science, like energy and the origination point of energy, creation point, or the intelligence of creation itself, or God that has a little bit more persona, or source just as a big emanating sphere of the sunlight. To me, beauty is the expression. So it's moving through and interacting with time. It's light. It's energy expressing as those forms of light and the interplay of what we are able to perceive of that. It's kind of the reflection back of Source looking at itself, of God seeing itself in a mirror-like fashion. And then having the experience of emotional impact on top of that. Because what someone deems as beauty comes from their emotional reaction to that light, or to that play of light, of what they see or what they experience in that moment. All of that is beauty to me. And beauty can be very simple in terms of the moment, right? I love the beauty of my children's hand in my own hand. The texture of that, the feel of that, and the momentariness of that, of where like I know that hand is going to grow and it's never going to be that size again. Even from one day to the next, it's never that same size. And that moment feels really beautiful. Beauty makes me cry. And that's the best, when you ask about it in the non-physical realm, I mean, man, you get into, I have no words for that. It's just ineffable. And when I've been in sessions with people, that are in high levels of purity and high vibrational states, and or were connecting back with their original angelic body, or connecting with these high celestial beings. Honestly, in that moment, I don't want to talk. I don't want to move. It's just experience of source. I don't really have words for it. But you're wrapped in the beauty, right? You're in it. It's like I'm in the energy field, which is almost like you're standing in front of the sun, so you can feel the warmth and the it's not heat. I don't know how to explain that, but it's as if you can feel the luminance. It's interacting in some way with my spirit body when I'm in those locations or in those constructs of space. And I'm searching for words, and they are wrapping around this stuff like bad wrapping paper job. The words are just floppy, okay? So the words are not, they just don't have the fullness of the energy in that moment, okay? So just know that. Like, I'm explaining something that's non-explainable, right? Beauty in the non-physical realm is just, it's not anything that our words, it's bigger than what our words can carry energy-wise, right? Linguistics and in the what we're doing by wording something, it can only fit a certain amount of energy in it. Even through our vocal cords, it's like, it's still like siphoning the top of a balloon. It's like, you know, it just, the words can only carry what they can carry. So just know that, and I'm not going to be able to express it to you. But I'm going to still try, because that's your question. But honestly, when I'm in those spaces, and it's funny because when I've ever been in session and this happens, and it's not that common that we go to those levels, because the person I'm working with has to be at such a high vibrational level of purity that they're able to align in that moment. Because I'm aligning through them, if I'm melding through the energy of their own body and then going back to their previous timelines or calling in angelic entities. If I'm just in my own energy body and I'm going to a space and wanting to interact, I can do that all day long in my meditations, right? And I don't need to talk or express because I'm in my own meditation space. And I just usually am crying, or sometimes I'll just want to get on my face. But a lot of times I won't want to move. Like, I don't want my muscle to interact. If you've ever had acupuncture and you've had it all over your body, like an extreme amount of needles, you don't want to move, right? Because you're aware that like any movement will affect the energy flow of that and will almost create pain or the sensation of tension. It's the same as like when the energy is flowing so much in interaction with your own body, your circulatory system, your blood, your endocrine system, all the systems of your body are on go in their highest vibrational capacity. When you're in that capacity, you just don't want to move. At least I don't. And that interaction with beauty, what I call beauty, is more like glory, or like radiance. And beauty feels like too flat of a word, to be honest with you, for the non-physical experience of that, because it's, first of all, it's experiential, so it's multidimensional. It's like you're in it, right? It's not I'm looking at something that's beautiful. It's like I am it. I am, there's no separation there. And I am the vibrating pulse of light, of glory, because it's not just light like we know light. Light, again, feels too flat of a word. Like glory or radiance or luminance, it's like there's life and breath in it, and expression in it, love. This is usually when it makes you weep, or you just want to get on your knees. It's like you're in awe, but you're in it. So there's no separation of like, I need to worship something, or when you're in the non-physical, it's beyond the personal realm. It's like transpersonal. It's gonna make me, if I connect with it too much, it's gonna make me lose it. And I'm not gonna be able to talk on this video, but maybe I shouldn't close my eyes because I start to see it in my clairvoyance. It's also brighter. It's beyond our color spectrum, right? It's in a light spectrum that is non-physical. And I would say it's most closely aligned with love, but it's so pure. Even our experience of love here is very human, like giving and taking love, or action oriented. It's like baby love, the way that a newborn, something that's so elementally pure. And it's like you're living, breathing, being beauty, or beauty is not the fullness of that. I don't know if y'all can feel that. Those of you that are highly skilled in your clairsentience, they can feel the density of certain words, whether they fill up with energy. It's almost like there is a level. If you've ever seen that bubble in the water and oil or anything like this, it's almost like it's trying to fill up the word. If you're highly clairsentient, you can feel the energy within someone's words and how precise they mean what they say, or how precise and skilled the words are to hold the capacity of the energy in which they are imbued with. And beauty it doesn't hold, it sounds too human. It doesn't hold enough of that non-physical expression. My experience of it is profound. I can say that. Similar to the way that anyone who has had a near-death experience, and they'll give their testimonials like that. It's like me having a near-death experience every day, or as often as I go to that realm in my meditations, or with a client that wants to connect in that highest vibrational celestial light, source light, Christ light. Yeah. It's wonderful. It makes me happy that you asked that question. It's very relevant. And you didn't ask about bringing it into today's world, but I'm going to leave you with that, since you talked about the fact that you've kind of noticed a lot of fear or darkness in people's questions lately. People are needing this luminance and glory. They're needing this beauty to be emanated out in life more than ever now. It's interesting because sometimes when the weight of the darkness comes in, it's like we feel like, oh, my light's not needed. Oh, it's fine. Or, oh, those people, I'll just let them do their own thing. And this is where you're needed to shine brightest. Doesn't mean you have to be aggressive. Luminance it just gives, it just shines, it's just abundant with its sense of source. And that's my prayer. That each of you that watch this video and those that interact with those that have watched this video emanate their own soul light in the intensity in which they carry within them, in the brightness and the vitality and the truth that is in their soul, that is in their spirit, housed in their heart. That they express that love, 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 love. That they see it around them, they amplify it around them, they call it out in others around them. Love, love, love. Yes, I'm hearing in my head, yes, 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 yes. And so it is.